Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Kpsn. Our Warrior softball squad is off to a hot start. They took down Foxborough in the first game of their season on Monday. This 3-0 win was a dominant performance led by senior captain Emma Sheehan, who was able to toss a shutout in her first outing of the season.
I think the game went pretty well. We kind of got off to a slow start by not getting any runs until the 6th inning, so we just got to get in the bats faster.
I think we definitely played really well. Our defense was super strong, and if we have that intensity, we'll be fine. We just got to get on the bats and get some runs earlier in the game.
I hope we can continue to work well as a team, have a lot of positive energy, and just play hard, looking for an undefeated season.
Yeah, we play Taunton, which is the only team we lost to last season, and we're just hoping to make it far in states.
The squad followed up their first win of the season with a monumental victory over the formidable Taunton Tigers on Tuesday. After being undefeated up until they faced Taunton last year, the girls came out with a vengeance, snagging a 5-4 win. The softball team looks to continue cruising and are very excited to see what this season has in store for them.
On Monday, we had our first game against Foxborough, and we won our game 2-0, and it was a great way to start off the season. Our second game of the season, we played Taunton, and we ended up beating them 5-4, so that was a great win to have underneath our belt as we start our season.
Taunton was the only team we lost to last year, so we're going into the season with a lot of momentum this year.
Our King Philip Warrior baseball squad also got off to a hot start to begin their season after going 3-0 in their preseason scrimmages. On Monday, the boys took down Foxborough 15-6 to open their 2022 campaign. With a strong start from junior Rudy Gately on the mound and consistent offense throughout the game, the boys felt confident going into their game yesterday versus Stoughton. The squad stays motivated as Boston Herald kept the Warriors outside the Hockomock top 5 teams and left every King Philip Warrior name off the players to watch list. The boys know that nothing will be given to them and they will have to earn the respect that they deserve this year. With 3 games coming up next week, the baseball squad hopes to continue rolling as their season progresses. Our KP Warrior track and field team traveled to Milford High School to compete in their first meet of the season. This team had a lot of confidence going into the meet and tried to get off on the right foot with a winning record. The boys came out with a dominant 83-55 victory, with Noah Hurd, Colin Mahoney, and Nate Gephardt winning all of their races and Deegan Grenice winning the long jump as well as the triple jump. This team was looking good for the beginning of their season. The girls fell just short in their meet against Milford, only losing by 1 point. Overall, the girls looked great, showing that they can compete with any team that they are up against. Next Tuesday, our team has their home opener against a powerful Taunton team. The boys look to carry their winning mentality, while the girls look to bounce back and get their first win of the year.
Come on now! Come on, Elliot, get around it, get around it!
Just going into the Taunton meet with our heads up high, 1-0 record right now. We're gonna go in strong. I definitely feel we could definitely beat Taunton. Definitely run some new PRs, hopefully, and just give it our all.
On the girls' side, hopefully we'll be able to pull out with a win this time. I know for myself, I'm training for a pentathlon, so I'm kind of switching up all my events next week, running for a completely new one. So I'm looking forward to that. And I know the girls with an extra week of practice are really gonna be able to bring home some new PRs. So yesterday I ran the 400, came in first place for that one, and then I also jumped triple jump and long jump. I ended up coming in first place for triple jump and second place in long jump, right behind Heidi Lawrence, a sophomore, who got almost 17 feet, which is a really great jump for long jump and girls in general. So that was great yesterday.
The girls lacrosse team notched their first win of the year on Monday. They dominated in their season opener against Sharon, scoring 17 goals. Junior goalie Emily Campbell got her first shutout of the season with an astonishing 0 saves. A dominant defensive performance kept Sharon out of the offensive zone, waiting for their moment that never came. The defense kept Sharon in their own defensive zone all game and did not allow the ball to cross the attacking restraints line once. Leading goal scorers for the squad came from senior captain Julia Marsden, potting 5, and freshman Mackenzie McDevitt, scoring 3 of her own. The girls hope to continue their dominant performance heading into week 2 of their season. The boys lacrosse team started off their season this week with 3 games against Sharon, Walpole, and Hopkinton. They defeated Sharon 12-1 on Monday in their season opener and took on Walpole the next day at home. After a tough 9-7 loss against the Rebels, they played Hopkinton yesterday on the road and now move on to Oliver Ames next week. Junior goalie James Boldy has been a brick wall between the pipes, and Ben Riggs, Sean Crowther, and Colin Lightbody have led the offense thus far. the top 4 teams in the East all in a heated race to gain that number 1 seed, it is hard to see who the Celtics will match up against in round 1. With 1 game remaining, the Celtics are looking hot, and if they perform like they did last Saturday against the Wizards, beating them 144-102, they are destined to make a deep run in the playoffs.
I'm feeling good about the Celtics, assuming that they can get Robert Williams back by the beginning of the second round. I think that this team could win the finals. They have pretty much everything they need. They have a strong offense, and they have the best defense in the league, as well as the top 5 scorer in the league, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown's been playing really good lately. So I think this team could win the finals.
4th-year center Robert Williams has officially made it 1 week since his meniscus surgery, and although he is not able to do much from a physical standpoint, he is right now, quote, in a great place mentally and physically feeling better. When he's finally able to get back on the court, Williams does not anticipate there being much apprehension on his part. He believes the return will be a process like riding a bike again. It's been a long wait, but we finally have a winner of our March Madness tournament. It was a long and crazy road, but UNC and Kansas faced off on Monday night, with Kansas taking a 3-point victory. That wasn't without the extra effort, as Kansas pulled off the largest comeback in March Madness final history. As exciting as that game was, we can't ignore the fact that UNC beat Coach K and his Duke Blue Devils to get there. While we're sure no bracket survived to this point, many people are happy if they simply guessed Kansas as the winner. It is always sad to see the tournament end. It was another outstanding year of exciting competition. Is it too soon to start talking about next year?
Big win for Kansas on Monday, biggest comeback in NCAA history. Kansas was my pick, but bracket didn't work out so well.
So UNC wound up losing. Going into halftime, they had a big lead. They had what they wanted. They had all the momentum, and then just seemed towards the end they couldn't do it, couldn't pull it off. Kansas pulled out with the win. They were a 1 seed, so it should be expected, and maybe Kansas can carry that on to next year.
The Boston Bruins have found a new gear after the trade deadline. Here's Kpsn's Max Salvatore on the Bruins' chance to make a deep cup run.
Sandwiched in between perhaps the best team in hockey and the reigning back-to-back champions, the Boston Bruins sit at 3rd in the Atlantic Division, maybe the best division in all of sports. The Bruins have been on fire, winning 17 of their last 22 games and are 6-2 since the trade deadline. Marchand and Bergeron have done what they have for a decade, dominate together. But a change happened when Coach Bruce Cassidy finally moved David Pastrnak down to the second line. Taylor Hall and Pastrnak have flourished together on the second line, both playing at a point-per-game pace over the past 10 games. The emergence of Jake DeBrusk has been fun to watch. DeBrusk was frequently scratched from the lineup and even asked for a trade, but when a spot on the first line opened up, DeBrusk never looked back, tallying 17 points, 2 overtime winners, and a hat trick since getting the first line call-up. But perhaps the most important move has been pairing Charlie Coyle with Trent Frederick and Craig Smith. Nicknamed the 1-2-3 line, these 3 have brought new life to Boston. They play fast and aggressive and have given the Bruins something they haven't had in a long while: depth scoring. Charlie McAvoy is a young star defenseman and may be a franchise legend someday. The Bruins had his best interest in mind when they acquired Hampus Lindholm at the trade deadline to pair with him on the blue line. Lindholm was detailed as a defensive defenseman, yet he's already tallied 4 assists in 7 games, making a mockery of the pace he put up with Anaheim. Even Matt Grzelcyk and Derek Forbort have stepped up recently. The real question is, of course, can rookie goalie Jeremy Swayman lead this team? Only 5 rookie goalies in NHL history have led their team to the finals. Swayman came out on fire, winning the starting job, but has had some rocky starts as of late, which raises concerns about his consistency, which is the key. Nevertheless, all it takes is him to get in a groove, and the Bruins can play off of that. The Bruins' window is rapidly closing with an aging core. With how well they have played in the past month, the time is now for Boston. It could possibly be their last chance for a cup for the foreseeable future.
On April 2nd, the Patriots and the Dolphins agreed to a trade that would send wide receiver Devontae Parker and a 5th-round pick to the Patriots in exchange for a 3rd-round pick. Parker is a promising player that will bolster the Patriots' offense. While this trade will help, the Patriots still have work to do, as they should be looking to add more pieces to make life easier on Mac Jones.
The Patriots just got Devontae Parker, which is great addition to the wide receiver core, and I think he's going to be maybe a wide receiver 1 if he stays healthy, but wide receiver 2 if he's on and off injuries. But I think he'll be a great benefit to the team and hopefully help Mac Jones out a lot.
Could we possibly see N'Keal Harry on the trading block? Or could we see the Patriots draft another receiver?
That's been a nice little trade for Devontae Parker. Everyone thinks they gave up too much, but they're going to get 3rd for JC next year. From the compensatory because they didn't re-sign him, a lot of salary, and they traded Shaq Mason for a 5, and they got a 5. So basically, I think it was just Shaq Mason pretty much straight up for Devontae Parker, which I think was a good trade. I think Parker has a lot of versatility to this offense. He can go deep, gives Mac Jones someone to finally be able to
throw the ball deep too. We spent a lot of short over the middle. You know, N'Keal Harry's an absolute failure. So yeah, Mac Jones needs some weapons. We're surrounding him, and just beef up that O-line. We're gonna have pretty good offense. You know, we got to figure out the defense in the draft, but everyone was hating on Bill, but you know, I'm here to back him up, and let's go Parker season, baby.
Whatever it is, they need to do something with the improved rosters of the other AFC teams. The Red Sox face off against the New York Yankees this afternoon for their opening day game. It should be a thrilling game to start off a great rivalry series.
So opening day for the Red Sox should be very exciting. Nate Eovaldi's starting, so on the mound should be pretty good. So no, infield especially looking really well. We got Trevor Story and Xander Bogaerts, middle infield. It's going to be a pretty good looking defense for the Red Sox this year.
So I'm super excited for the Red Sox season to start. They had a mediocre spring training, not great, but also not terrible. Very pumped about the new Trevor Story signing. Really fills the hole at second base. The infield's looking really deadly, and I'm just excited to see how they do.
I'm a big fan of the Red Sox, big supporter of them. I like what they did in the offseason, signing Trevor Story and JBJ. They're both great signings for the team, and hopefully they can come on top in the AL East this year.
If it ever stops raining, our spring athletes would love to see you out there cheering for them as they settle into their long-awaited 2022 seasons. Good luck to everyone competing this week. We will be back here after vacation with all the updates.